Good morning, Algebra 2 students. This is a video to help you with Section 2.4. I would like you to do numbers on page 145, number 1, 7 through 10. 18 I'll do with you. 20 will be like an example that I will tell you to read in just a moment. And we will do 81 together with the graphing calculators, and it will be similar to your smoking project that will be due on Monday. All right, let's go ahead and start. First of all, if you have your books, please turn to example 2 on page 137 of section 2.4. This is a good problem to read about a tank that is being drained of water. Make sure you look at what the y-intercept is and what it means, the x-intercept and what it means. You can read that in the example. The slope of -5, everyone in here should know how to find a slope, and what that means as far as change in y, -5 gallons per change in x minutes. And read through the problem. That will help you to do problem 20 in the homework. It is very similar. All right, so you're looking at, you can check number 1 in the back, 7 through 10, but let's take a look at number 18. Number 18 says, in 1992, the number of injury cases recorded in private industry per 100 full-time workers was 8.3. So that is what it was. If I'm going to make an equation, then it's going to, the number of people injured is going to change, but the non-changing, what it was, is my y-intercept, and that is 8.3. So in other words, there were 8.3 people injured per 100 in private industry. Then, and it says after 8.3, it decreased on average by 0.23 injury every year till 2015. So that means what it was 8.3. It's what it started at this problem begins. And it decreased. And how much did it decrease? By 0.23 per year. This is my slope. It's changing. The actual amount of people is going down by 0.23 per year. So writing an equation from a word problem means you have what you started with, and your slope is how it's changing. We will now go to number 81, which we will do by hand and calculator. That will make it like the smoking project. Number 81. In 81, it says a table lists ring size for finger with circumference x in centimeters. X is how the circumference of the finger is if it has that size, y, ring size. So the first thing we're going to do, it asks us to find a linear function. You can pick any two of the problems, points. I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, I see a point. The first one is 4.65 centimeters, has a ring size of 4. Then a 6.41 centimeter finger has a ring size of 11. I picked the first and the last. If I'm going to put this into an equation, it needs to look like y equals something x plus b. All right, I picked the first one. However, it is not a y-intercept, so I need to go ahead and use point slope. This being my x1, y1, x2, y2. And if I do a slope, it's 11 minus 4 over 6.41 minus 4.65. You will put that slope in this position. You will also then put y equals the slope. X minus x1 is 4.65 if I'm using point slope formula. And y equals the slope that I found, x minus x1 plus y1 is 4. Distribute and you will get that into this slope-intercept form. That is what you will need. Now, it also says find the circumference of a finger with a ring size of 6. So I would come in here and put ring size, which is my y, in here and put this equation, when I'm done with it, equal to 6 and solve for x. And that will be the circumference size of a person's finger who wears a size 6. Now, I also want you to do this besides manually, which we just did here, by your graphing calculator. The graphing calculator, you will go ahead and enter your data into stat, edit, and you will put, notice I have the x is here, the y's here. You can then turn on your calculator. However, if we're going to graph this, we want to take a look at our window. As I look at this data, I notice my x's can go from, we could just say 0 to 10. And my y's go from 0 to 12 by ones. So fix your window. Then when you graph it, and make sure you turn on your plot or it won't graph, then when you graph it, you'll have these points. Now, if I drew a line through those points, I could get a linear regression by hand, which we already have done. But I would like the calculator to use all of the points and use the regression formula. So I'm going to hit Stat, over to Calc, linear regression number 4, enter, enter. And there is my linear regression. It is y equals 3.97, let's just go with 4x plus negative 14.48. All right, we can get rid of this positive because plus minus. So by the regression equation on the calculator, it's y equals 3.97x is my slope, minus 14.48. Now, when I have that, I can also now put that in and get the regression equation. I can graph it by shutting off the plot. You need to shut off the plot when you graph. And we'll actually leave that plot on just for a minute. So we have the graph with the points, and then I will turn on the regression equation, and it should go through all of the points. It does. Once that's there, I could hit trace and find out where my y value is 6. So we've done it by hand. We've done it with the graphing calculator and gotten the regression equation. On your smoking project, you will have to use the points that I ask for by hand. Then you will put all the points into your graphing calculator and get a regression equation by your calculator. And then that will be for the smoking project. It will give you a regression on the calculator, and you can answer the questions from there. If I used my regression equation to find out the size of somebody's finger if they wore a size 6 ring, I would add 14.48 to both sides, divide by 3.97, solve for x, and you should be able to come up with x being about a 5.15 centimeter finger if you wear a size 6. All right, I hope this helps. The smoking project's due Monday. Make sure you follow the directions on the project. Do the equation by hand first. It will be a little bit different than the one that you do on the calculator. You know what we've talked about, how the calculator does actually a better one. It uses all the points, and you can use your information to answer the questions on the project and hopefully get some help from a tutor if that's any problem. But hopefully this helps, and I hope you have a nice weekend. Have this ready by Monday, please. Thank you.